I challenged my entire office to live on minimum wage for 1 month. Only one person succeeded, and it wasn't who anyone expected. I'm a CEO. I run a company of 340 people. I make a comfortable living. I say that up front because everything that follows requires you to understand how far I had my head up my own assumptions. Last spring, I was sitting in a leadership meeting listening to department heads discuss retention. Someone mentioned that mid-level employees were complaining about inflation, cost of living, gas prices, grocery bills, the usual. And I, from the leather chair at the head of the table, said something I'm now ashamed of. These people make $80,000 a year. It's a budgeting problem, not a wage problem. That sentence cost me more education than my MBA ever did. I proposed a challenge, voluntary, live on the exact state minimum wage, $1,256 per month after taxes for 30 days. Your real salary gets donated to a charity pool. 23 people signed up, including me, executives, managers, senior staff. We treated it like a team building exercise. I thought it would be a lesson in discipline. It was a lesson in destruction. Week 1 was almost fun. Rice and beans, packed lunches, people joked about it in the hallway. It felt like a game. By week 2, the joke stopped. 3 executives dropped out. Our senior VP of operations quit on day 11. Her daughter had an asthma attack, and the inhaler copay cost $87. That was her food budget for the remaining week. She chose her daughter. She broke the challenge. She cried in my office. Not about the money, about the fact that she'd had to choose. By week 3, I was a different person. I wasn't sleeping well. I was eating the same 3 meals on rotation. I was irritable in meetings. I couldn't focus. And then I realized something that changed the way I understand poverty permanently. I hadn't had a single creative business idea in 3 weeks, not one. My brain, the thing I'm paid to use, had been entirely consumed by arithmetic. Can I afford gas tomorrow if I skip lunch Tuesday? Does that cover the electric bill? What if something breaks? I told my team in our week 3 check-in, my brain has been hijacked. I'm not thinking about strategy. I'm not thinking about growth. I'm thinking about Tuesday. That's it. Just Tuesday. 12 people nodded. They were thinking about Tuesday too. Day 24, my car's alternator died. The repair estimate was $410. My remaining budget for the week was $83. I sat in the mechanic's parking lot for 20 minutes. Then I pulled out my real credit card. I failed my own challenge. By day 30, 22 of us had broken. Only one person made it to the end. Maria, our receptionist, the quietest person in the building. We gathered in the conference room. I asked her to speak. She stood up. She didn't talk about spreadsheets. She didn't mention coupons or budgeting apps or meal prep. She said, I lived on minimum wage for 6 years before I got hired here. Nothing about this month was hard for me. She paused, except that this time it had an end date. The room went silent. When there's no end date, she continued, you stop planning for the future. You stop dreaming. You stop thinking about next year or next month. You just try to survive Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Tuesday again. It's not the budgeting that kills your spirit. It's the hopelessness. It's knowing that a month never ends. She sat down. Nobody spoke for a long time. I felt sick, not because of the rice and beans, because I had spent 20 years building a company and never once understood what it actually feels like to be the person answering the phones in my own lobby. The charity pool hit $94,000. I matched it personally. Maria chose where it went, a financial literacy and emergency fund program for low-income workers in our county. The following quarter, I proposed raising our company's base wage by 22%. The board pushed back. That's a significant expense increase. What's the ROI? I forwarded them one sentence from Maria's speech. It's not the budgeting that kills your spirit. It's the hopelessness. The budget passed unanimously.